Hey, what's going on, guys? Episode 18. We got a hot one. This week. Super excited from Miami. Yeah, excited for another race. It's been a couple weeks. Excited to get down to the South.
Yeah,
Florida.
we're in our Miami fits, as you can see.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could wear these sunglasses whole pod, but
No, probably not.
we'll see. It hides my intentions. You're not gonna know it's gonna come.
Okay.
Hides the body language. Sprint weekend, another one.
Yeah.
Back to back.
Back to back.
Not sure why they picked Miami.
Yeah, let's get into that. What do you think about the back-to-back sprint weekends?
I mean, like, I wouldn't care if it was a good track.
Yeah.
Like, Miami's just like boring, and I don't need to see more racing there, to be honest.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
For me, it's a race that it's like it shows up, it's pretty cringy, it's not that good, and then you leave it in the dust and forget about it.
Yeah, it's a lot of like the social media stars, actors, all that shit.
It's a TikTok event.
It is.
I'd love to go, but
Miami TikTok.
it's not
Grand
great.
Prix.
you got a little hole in your chest.
Oh, that's all right.
I was talking about the other one, but
Oh, is there two? Oh, there's a few. All right.
but yeah, lots happened in between China and today. A few
Yeah.
days out from Miami. I was thinking before we get into the good stuff, let's talk about the liveries. Something light.
Deliveries.
Something light and fluffy.
I haven't seen. I don't have Instagram,
Yeah.
so I haven't seen any of the liveries except for Ferrari and then I just saw the RB one.
Those are the only ones I wanted to talk about.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Because I have some beef with the Ferrari one.
Okay, great. 'Cause
So
I do too.
So they I feel like this whole last week they've put out old footage. They had Carlos and Charles in all light blue, like cool merch, really stressing like light blue is part of the Ferrari heritage.
Yep.
We're all like, this car is gonna look sick. All light blue
Yeah.
Ferrari, like that's ice cold. Come on.
Yeah.
They release it. It's like a couple white and blue like stripes and HP logo everywhere on the car. I counted
Bullshit.
15 logos.
Wow.
Yeah.
These are stats, people. These are the stats we
15
know.
logos.
I noticed that and I was like, it's just a fucking commercial. It's like HP everywhere. It's bullshit. It looks horrible. It looks awful.
Like red and blue just doesn't work. Like a light blue and a dark red too.
Yeah, no, it looks bad. Can you explain to me the history behind the blue? Because I don't really get the blue. It's a cool shade of blue.
So the blue was what all the mechanics wore back in the day.
That's
so, and then I think they might have even sold a car or two as that blue.
It's a nice shade.
Yeah, I might buy one of the hats, to be
That'd be
honest.
sick.
The hats are really cool. It's a very summer color. So
Yeah. Oh, an all blue
see.
Ferrari would have been cool.
we should do a segment where we pick out one merch item,
Yeah.
buy it, and then show each other what we picked.
I mean, would we have like a price range, you think?
I mean,
Maybe
up
hats.
to you.
We could do multiple episode. Hat, shirt.
Hat. Yeah, just one item at a time.
I think I know what hat I'd get.
Interesting. Okay.
I kinda wanna tell you,
No,
but-
no. Maybe I think we should do it. I think that'd be kind of
All right,
fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Spend my
Hopefully
money.
we don't get the same one though. That'd be super dumb.
That would be dumb. Maybe we tell each other
Before
the
we-
team before we buy it, so it's not the same. Yeah. The likelihood's pretty low, but maybe
don't
not
know.
that low
Aston
because there's some
Martin.
really bad ones. Dude, the Aston Martin one, I looked at it.
Yeah.
Almost bought it. The Fernando cap.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's got weird shit in the back. It's like
what?
it's like got like a weird pattern of like lines.
Oh.
And it's like a different than the front material. And I'm like, if it was just the front material all the way back and just flat,
Yeah.
like that's my hat. But
Yeah, it's a nice hat.
I can't do this anymore. It's like
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
weird
oh.
talking to you.
ugh.
I feel like you're like hungover or something. It's weird.
You know, Tim Dillon wears sunglasses in his podcast
Yeah, I've seen that.
because it's just he has like super bright lights that hit him, so it's like
Yeah.
good lighting. He's like,
We need that.
I feel like on a solo podcast it'd be nice to have that because then you're just talking and you're not really thinking
Yeah.
about it too much.
Who cares?
But yeah, so Ferrari, big bummer because I think that would have been one of the coolest liveries, special liveries I've seen maybe ever. Like, because it's basically like if you look behind you, the McLaren Golf, like that's a
Yeah.
sick livery.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's not a great photo of it. Like when you saw it on the TV, it was in Monaco too, so it was just like
I've seen
super
that one, I
sexy.
think.
Yeah,
It's really cool. I think white just looks good. Like the Red Bull in Japan 2018.
yeah, the white's clean.
Just like, oh,
I wonder why there isn't more white on the cars.
I don't know.
It's dirty, some bugs maybe. I don't know.
But yeah, no one can see that. I don't know.
Who knows? Maybe we'll do a deep dive. Why is there no
Could.
white cars in F1?
Well, that's why I partially really liked the V carb.
Yeah, because it's got a little bit on
It's
there.
got a little bit of white.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Let's move to the V carb.
Yeah, let's get into the chameleon, as they say.
The chameleon. So, you wanna take over the description?
It's like it's kind of like rainbow-ish, but then it like fades into each other. It's
let
like
me
an
pull it up.
ombre. It's kind of like chrome,
Yeah.
like rainbow chrome.
It
if
goes
you know
from
what that
yellow,
is.
purple to blue. It's like light blue.
It's kind of like a topography map or something like that.
Interesting way to put it, but
Don't you
and
think?
then
Like weather,
yeah.
like that.
Also, they have the white Hugo, which I think breaks it up in a good way.
It's kind of vibey, actually.
yeah.
It looks like Instagram.
Yeah, it kind of does. It's like the same colorway.
But this is the same thing that I don't like, where it's kind of like the Ferrari, where they incorporate their current livery into the new livery, and it bums me out because it's like, just go all the way,
Yeah.
go all the way.
I wonder if that's like a they have to do that for sponsors, like keep part of it.
Yeah,
Because like
true.
they're like, we promised you this colorway, your logo looks like this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. They can't do
Also,
a
it could
rainbow.
be that that's like a part of the car that they don't want to paint over again, where it's like already made. So they're like,
Yeah,
we don't want to paint it over it, more weight.
yeah. I'm sure there's a bunch of technical things involved, but
But as a viewer, I don't care. And I want to
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
I want to see cool looking cars.
I want to see something sick. Yeah, and it feels like a lot of the old school like 80s, 90s cars, even 2000s, were like just sick liveries.
Yeah.
Even the Benetton, I kind of liked it.
Benetton. Yeah.
Benetton,
Yeah.
like the green and white.
Yeah.
it's like
It's-
looked like M&Ms, but
it's-
I like it.
It's interesting. Wasn't there like some red on that too?
Maybe a little
Maybe.
bit.
Or am I thinking of Jaguar? I think Jaguar was green as well.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it looked sick though.
Yeah. I was thinking back to those cars the other day.
Yeah,
Just they look mean, dude.
yeah,
like-
sound.
Like I
Sounds
think
sexy.
F1 cars right now are very smooth and pretty, and those just like looked like a shark.
Yeah,
Like just very like jagged.
yeah, very jagged
and, like,
edgy
pretty sick.
edge.
Okay, on to the real news. Since you don't have Instagram, I don't know if you know about this.
I might know.
The U.S. Supreme Court.
What?
Yep. Is so Andretti took their rejection
Whoa.
to the Supreme Court, and the U.S. Congress group sent a written letter to Liberty Media asking them a couple questions on why they rejected it and are saying that it could be against American antitrust law or something like that. Because, okay, I'm not a law guy, but what I understood is, so Liberty Media is a U.S. company, and they
Okay.
said no to Andretti and GM Cadillac, and if they would have said yes, it would have been very good for American jobs and stuff.
Sure.
And I think because they said no for no good reason, it's like holding back America, and that's where the America antitrust.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like they sent the letters like out there too. I don't want to read the whole thing.
yeah.
But it was basically saying the FIA said that they're good to go and it's a legit proposal. And they're saying there's 10 teams right now, with Formula One stating that there's a maximum of 12 teams that can race in the sport. So that's already in there. And then it went into the antitrust laws of 1890.
1890?
Crazy, yeah,
Jeez.
right? They're pulling it out. Yeah, and that was about like what I said, like the GM, and that gets pretty law-y. A lot of big words I don't understand.
Sure.
And then it was saying that GM plans to reintroduce their cars into a European market, and this is a huge step for them in that marketing. So that it's like very like business oriented, which is interesting.
Okay. Wow.
And it said we request a response by May 3rd.
Okay.
So it's coming.
Couple days.
Yeah.
Interesting. I like that argument because if you don't really have a good reason, then why are you saying no? And
Yeah.
it is like, I'm all for jobs and all that and like American innovation, stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would love like a good American team as
Yeah.
much as I don't know. I kind of like Haas right now, but it's like, are they really?
They're not American. They don't feel American.
They don't feel American,
Yeah.
exactly.
We've talked
And they're
about
not
this.
a good. They're not like a great team.
Also, that's 2 more seats in the game.
True, I didn't think
Like
of that.
there's so many drivers, good drivers, on standby, and if we get another team, brings in a whole new crop.
Yeah. I wonder how different the racing would be because I feel like it might not be as different as you think.
Oh no, I'm not saying it would be better. I'm just
No, I know,
saying
but, like just in general.
like with them in it.
Yeah, like you think it would be virtually the same.
Yeah. Like I don't think like we wouldn't have better racing just because there's another team in there, but it's like it's someone to watch out for. There's 2 other drivers that it's just fun to have more.
Yeah,
You know?
more is more.
More is better.
More is better.
And I speak real good English.
Yeah, I mean, do you remember? This kind of ties into that, but do you remember during it was Shanghai? It was either the sprint race or qualifying or something like that, and they started talking about adding points to the 11 and 12 spot.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
I'm not a give out points kind of guy.
I think it's a good in between of points are still hard to get.
11 and
then-
12.
Dude, there's like Alpine. I don't even know if they've gotten up there yet.
Ocon got 11th. Last race.
And that's like 1 point. And then
Yeah.
it's just like it makes I think it'll make that field down there more like aggressive. Like I think because they're fighting for points that are closer that they can actually get.
It would definitely make the tables look better.
Yeah,
'Cause, you got like
it's more
4
accurate.
teams.
It's more accurate. Like you
Yeah,
don't want
that's true.
4 teams with zeros. Like 5 races into the season. Like it's just I don't see why not. Like I think it's points all the way down to 20 doesn't make sense because you
Yeah,
don't
I
get a
don't like
point.
that.
You don't get a point for showing up. We're not in kindergarten anymore.
No,
so
we are not.
But I think 12 is fair. It's still a good result for some of these teams, and I think that they should get recognition for that.
Yeah, I'd have to kind of think about it. I think definitely if we added another team,
Yeah.
I think that would kind of make sense.
That's a good point.
But that's kind of where I was like segueing.
Yeah.
You add a team or 2, increase the points, because then you're like actually racing against more people.
Because then it's the same challenge,
Yeah, pretty much.
unless Andretti's comes in and wins.
How would that work though? Would you not start at 25? You start at like 30 or something?
I don't know. I don't know how it'd work. You could go because you know how there's like gaps in between.
Yeah.
Like you could just minimize those gaps. So it's like you're still getting 25, but instead of 18, it's 20. Because second place is 18. I still feel like you should have a big gap in between first and
I
second.
agree. I think it should be like an even curve down.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What is that? Exponential. Mm-hmm. Exponential curve down.
Or maybe just just throw them 1 point.
Yeah, the last 2.
Yeah. But then that doesn't work because if
that doesn't
you
work.
finish ahead of someone, you should get rewarded for that.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't know. I'd have to look at it more.
Yeah.
But
We'll
it's
do some
something
research.
it's something I've thought about before, and I think it's
Yeah.
good.
Because I was looking at the standings and I was like, it is kind of strange. Like you don't see a lot of sports where there's 4 teams with 0 points, but the difference between them is like pretty large.
Yeah.
Not pretty large, but you could
But-
argue Kick Sauber is worse than Williams,
Yeah. I would
You know.
100% agree.
but
yeah.
but then in the tables they're not.
yeah.
So
they're even.
so I don't know.
Yeah.
It's interesting. We'll have to do some search.
I don't know. I like it. Other news, Adrian Newey.
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 No way. I didn't know he was from the old southern of Africa.
Is he?
Yeah, he's from South Africa, I think.
Huh. I read his book.
think.
I should know this.
Did it not say like
It's been a
out
while.
in the safari and all that?
No.
Let me pull it up.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Maybe he talked about sailing a lot, like going out on the boat. So that could have been in South Africa.
Nui.
But okay, I'll just go over the news.
Please.
Left Red Bull. It was rumored for about a week, and then it was announced, I think today, officially, that he's dipping out. And it's a interesting scenario. I don't think it's as big as everyone's making it out to be.
Sure.
Like Adrian Newey, of course, everyone knows, legendary designer, but he's old. And it's even when he was at Red Bull, he wasn't in the F1 project the whole time. He could go bounce here, bounce back. I think there's 2, maybe 3 clear places he could go. I wouldn't be surprised though if he retires.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different things that could happen. Let me just throw out some options here. We have retire. We have move teams, which would be like fun. Or we have move discipline, which I didn't really consider.
Yeah.
But like move to GT3.
And he's talked about that.
IndyCar,
He's
maybe.
talked about that.
Or, I don't know. The thing about him is like you mentioned, he hasn't even had, he hasn't been extremely hands-on since like a few years, right?
I think the new regulations, he was very hands-on. I think it's kind of like new regulations, very on, tapers off, new regulations on, tapers off. That's what I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've kind of heard and recognized.
That's kind of what it seems like.
And then he'll like go to a project. He was working on the Red Bull car.
Yeah. That'll be cool.
Yeah. But okay. Let me tell you the options in F1 that I think.
Sure. Yeah. I want to hear what you think. What do you think is going to happen though?
Ferrari.
Like that's what you think is going to happen.
Yeah.
Not he's going to retire.
No, I think, okay. Everyone said this quote. I've watched like a lot of YouTube videos on this. Everyone said this. He said that he wants to work with Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
He regrets not working for Ferrari, and he wanted to work with Fernando Alonso.
Okay.
So 2 of those are at Ferrari. And I was thinking also, if he joins Ferrari, that same curve of new regulations down tapers off. Imagine getting an Adrian Newey Ferrari sports car project.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
That'd be sick.
That's pretty sick. And I'm sure they'd throw the
Adriana
bucket of money
or something. Adriano.
Yeah. You're
I'm calling it.
he's
Clip
living
that.
he's living in Italy, like good retirement area. He already sold his house in the UK.
Really?
Yep. Sold his house. He's buying a sailboat. Where do you sail? Mediterranean.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, technically anywhere.
Yeah, but like a lot of people do sail in the Mediterranean.
I don't think he's South African, by the way. I don't know why.
Okay.
I don't know why I said that. I think he's British.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe he lived there or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can't really tell the accents apart. So it's like I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, and then option number 2, we've talked about this, Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Because you're working with that Fernando Alonso, and I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this. You're working with Fernando Alonso. It's a new facilities that they're making, new wind tunnel. Lawrence Stroll, I'm sure, would give you a fuck ton of money, like
So much money.
like anyone, but maybe even more. He's had a relationship with them before in the Valkyrie sports car,
Okay.
Aston Martin. So I think he likes the brand. It's a British brand. They're up and coming. That could be like his project to finish out his career. It's something he can build with. And I think that's a big part of why he's leaving Red Bull is they're dominant. So he's like, give me a challenge.
Yeah.
He's like, this is boring. I think option number 3 could be kind of sneaky, Williams.
I've heard this.
Yeah,
I've heard
because
this, yeah.
he had a very long stint with Williams. Made some incredible cars. They're down in the dumps right now. I could see him being like taking it over, being like, I need to revamp this team to make it what it used to be.
Yeah.
For Frank Williams, for Ayrton Senna, who died in a Williams. Let's go.
Yeah, and that's kind of also like similar to the Aston Martin in the aspect that it's like a project kind of thing, which I think he might be looking for. But I don't know.
I think he's
Ferrari,
gonna go.
dude.
I think he's gonna go full like Valtteri Bottas leaving Mercedes mode, where it's a little more casual, but he's having more fun with it.
Okay.
And it's more his decision, and I think that's what he wants.
Okay. So you think it's gonna be? What do you think it's gonna be then?
I think he can go anywhere, but
That's not an answer.
It's gonna be. I think he's gonna go Ferrari because of the brand of Lewis going there. You have Charles there. New regulations are on the horizon. I did hear something. So you know about gardening leave?
Yes.
So do you know what it is?
You have to like leave for a certain amount of time or something.
Yeah. So
That's like a lot of sports.
Yeah. So you don't like. Even my dad had to do it when he switched companies.
Oh, really?
Which was wild. Yeah.
That's crazy.
He'd have a little break because they don't want you to bring current information over to a competitor. Which so by the time that ends and his contract's over, it'd be like 2025 start. So it's like he might not, or 2026 start, I think, unless he renegotiates his contract, where so he wouldn't get a head start on the regulations necessarily. So then by the time he has influence, it could be 2027 until we see an Adrian Newey car, influence car.
That's interesting.
Or it's something. There's like a big delay that could happen, and I think that's speculation. Because Red Bull could just be like, we understand it. He has power in his contract, maybe where he's just like, I can just go.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. So I think I saw something that said he's gonna leave early first quarter 2025.
Okay.
Officially leave Red Bull because he's technically still a Red Bull employee as of today until the rest of the season, and then he will be gone the early 2025 season. Yeah, but I don't know. It's like so complicated. We don't know the fucking finances of it. Like,
no, it's all up in the air. And even if he retires, I'd be like, good. Like, that's a good way to go out. Is a dominant Red Bull car, and he was with that team forever. Go sail around the world. Thank you, Adrian Newey. Like.
Yeah,
I almost want that for him. I mean, definitely I want him in the sport, and like him to a different team could be interesting, but I don't know. He's old. Go live your life. Go live your life a little bit and have a little hobby here and there. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting because some people are saying, you want to get me a milk? Yeah. We got to introduce this beer.
Wait, which milk? They're both kind of milky.
Give me that. No, Dragon's Milk. Yeah. The Dragon's Milk. Introduce the beer. So I first learned about this beer from my buddy Zechariah, aka Zero Dino.
Does he climb or something? Or
yeah. You remember him?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Super chill guy. He's like, you got to get this Dragon's Milk. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get it. And I got like this big... I got one of those like 40s or whatever.
You got a 40 of that?
Yeah.
They make that?
I think so. Or it's like at least like a really big bottle.
That should be like illegal.
But
because they're
like, hell yeah.
11% alcohol.
And they're stouts. I like stouts. I like stouts as much as the next guy.
Probably more than the next guy. I'd put money on it.
Define next guy. Next stout
guy?
Like
just like a random person.
Oh yeah, probably then. Probably.
That's what I've always thought. That guy.
Yeah,
that term means. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Like on the street.
Pretty good beer. It'll get you going. That's for sure.
Yeah, I just had one and I'm buzzed.
It's episode 18.
I'm drinking Hopworks Brewery Ridiculous Hazy IPA. I've had it on the pod before. Pretty good.
I mean, that's becoming like a classic Aiden IPA.
Yeah, it's really good. I get it from Trader Joe's. Like I get it when I grocery shop, and I'm like, there it is. Yeah, because I don't know. I haven't seen it anywhere else.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I fuck with the label too.
Yeah, the label's sick.
Like a platypus.
Put it on my door.
Super cool.
Yeah, it's good beer.
Anyways, before I got into the beer, I was gonna say, some people think. I mean, this is obviously like kind of on the back of everyone's mind. Why is he leaving Red Bull? Some people say the Horner stuff, Red Bull's falling apart. There's also a possibility maybe he knows something about Red Bull that might not work in the 2026 regs. There's a lot of things. The engine, there's a lot of things. So
I'm happy you brought this up.
yeah, it brings up some interesting talking points. But as I was reading on F1, F1.com or whatever, an article, I don't know if F1 put this in intentionally, but it was a quote from Newey, and he said, I'd also like to thank Christian Horner. He's been like a great part of the team, and mentioned something about like how their families are friends, something like that. So I don't know. I don't know if that's like a PR thing. I don't know, because we don't really know anything about the Horner sitch.
I have some theories.
Oh,
okay.
Hit me.
Do you mind if I just rant real quick?
Please.
Okay. So this is what I'm thinking. I think people are bringing up the Horner situation too much because it's recent.
Sure.
And I think that either didn't happen or it's blown out of proportion. And if it did, it doesn't really matter, because I think Adrian Newey he said last year, he's like, I'm thinking about leaving Red Bull.
Okay.
He said it last year. I think he's bored. And then a lot of it too is the management structure. If you look at it, it's Christian Horner, and then under that, there's 3 different technical guys, and Adrian Newey's just off to the side.
Yeah.
So I feel like he doesn't feel he's getting enough recognition for that car, and they've been trying to boost up the other technical guys. Like they've been like in car reveals, they've been talking and stuff.
Oh.
It's not just Adrian Newey. So I think maybe he feels like he's getting phased out.
Okay.
So I think that's happening. Like I said, I don't think it's Christian Horner. And then if you go to the power unit side, I am very, I don't know how to put this. I guess I could just say, I don't think the Red Bull engine is going to be that good.
You're concerned.
Yeah, concerned. And I think he's going to go to one of the... So if you go to Ferrari, of course, they're going to have a decent engine. They always do.
Yeah.
They do well. Aston Martin has Honda, which is going to do well.
True.
That's what Red Bull has right now. So he's familiar with how that works within the car. If you go to Williams, they have a Mercedes engine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like those are all extremely safe bets engine-wise. And with these new regulations, the engine is going to be a very big factor.
That's what I've heard.
Like previous regulations, they're like aero under the floor. Now it's going to be the engine. How well you can get that to work.
Yeah.
Because there's a
lot of regulations on how your engine needs to work, right?
Yeah, that's basically the regulations don't do anything aerodynamic, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I need to look into it more, and I think they're still updating it as we go.
Yeah, I think it's not out until January 1st.
Yeah, like a year before.
2025. We're going to be 25.
I'm not. I always subtract a year. Because I was born January 1st, 2001.
Okay, yeah, true. We're going to be 24.
24. It's next year.
Not that crazy.
25 sounds old,
25
dude.
sounds
Like
really
middle of 20s.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm a
that's
kid.
what I'm thinking. It's like a combination of everything.
Yeah.
And I think, like I said, the Christian Horner thing is, I think everyone points to that, and I don't think it's that. But that does show underlying division within the structure of Red Bull Racing. So it could be part of it.
Yeah. And then this also brings, I mean, we're getting really into this. This brings into the fact, will Max Verstappen stay into the 2026 regs?
Fire him, no.
Wait, fire him?
If I were him,
Oh,
no.
I was like, fire him.
Yeah. I would bounce, not
You
going to lie.
bounce. But so you're definitely staying 2025.
Yeah, I think you have to stay 2025.
I think so too.
I mean, that car is going to be good for sure. Like guaranteed, like dominant. Not guaranteed dominant, but it's going to be up there.
It's going to at least win a few races.
Yeah.
At the very,
Minimum.
very least.
Minimum. But
Yeah.
if I were him, like, just feel it out and try to be Lewis Hamilton and guess the market.
Yeah.
You know?
I also think, just like every driver grows up with a favorite team, a favorite driver at a team, that kind of thing. And I don't think Max grew up thinking, I want to be in this kind of newish car or this newish team. Like, do you think he grew up thinking, I want to be in a Ferrari, I want to be in a McLaren.
I haven't heard him say anything like that. Like
Yeah,
I've
but
heard
why would he?
I've heard Lewis and Charles say like I've always dreamed about being in Ferrari, but I don't think Max really cares that much. I think
don't know,
he wants to
dude.
be in a competitive car and be the number one driver. And I think that's winning is all that matters for him. I think it's less romantic with him than some other drivers.
I like that word choice.
Thanks, man.
That's a good word choice. Because he's not very romantic
No.
when it comes to that kind of thing.
He's very Dutch. He's
Yeah.
like, I want to win the races and I'm going to do my best to win the race. It's like
Yeah.
all the drama. He's like, like behind the scenes, he doesn't care. It's like, I think it's just winning for him.
Yeah.
Like Lewis is always like, Ayrton Senna was my favorite driver. Ferrari's a legendary team. Like, you know how he really plays it out. And Max is always like, yeah, if it's a good car, it's a good car.
Yeah. Great impressions.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, pretty good. The Lewis one was good. The Lewis one was great.
I gotta drink that beer more often,
Dude, I
It's the
gotta
milk. It's the
open
milk.
my beer.
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
The old cowboy.
That could be a good short. The imitation.
The Lewis one was funny.
But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting stuff. I think we should probably move on though to something that's actually been swept under the rug,
Oh, wow.
or that that pool meme where it's like someone drowning, like someone going over it, and then it's just like the skull and
Yeah,
crossbones at the
the guy at the
bottom.
bottom.
Guy at the bottom, Nico Hulkenberg.
Oh, yeah. I was going to mention that. I feel like that was pretty big news.
Yeah, it's great for Nico.
Yeah.
Like-
great for Nico.
Like a driver who's pretty old, was out of F1 for a while, came back and is joining a team that rumor has it is going to have all the funding in the world and be competitive in a couple years.
Yeah. I mean, he could be a race winner. Like,
Yeah,
100%.
Dude, just get him on the podium. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I need a Nico podium that would just heal Formula One and let it thrive.
I'm excited because he deserves it. He's had arguably one of the best driver performances of 2024.
Explain.
Well, I mean, you have
Just like overall consistency?
not
yeah,
like
yeah.
based on car.
I
but
thought you meant
have-
like one race that was really good.
no. I mean, like you got Carlos, you got Max, I guess.
Yeah.
You could argue maybe Lando, and then you got like Nico.
Yeah. And I think a huge
Look at that pour. Oh god.
Yeah, it'll come up. It'll come up. A huge reason why he joined, like Nico's, of course, a great driver. Mm-hmm. He's also German.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
German. I think
The German.
they had to throw one in there just to throw it in. But I think from that now, if you're an Audi fan or a German countryman, then
Sure.
you don't care who else goes. As long as you have one German driver, you're pretty happy. And then Carlos Sainz tiptoes in there.
I kind of
And his
agree.
Jordans.
I mean, as someone who doesn't have an American team, let's say, I don't really give a shit
Yeah.
if there was an American.
But imagine if Logan Sargent was good.
That'd be sick.
And then and then he joined Haas. I'd be like, okay.
yeah,
sick,
that would be kind of
sick,
cool.
yeah.
And if Haas was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Or had prospects to be good. Yeah. I think
is
it is a
true.
big deal.
Yeah, I'm very excited for him. I think he deserves it. I think it's a great story. And I think he'll do well. Like
Yeah.
he's a hot driver.
I think he's just like a good baseline to develop the team.
Yeah.
It's just like he'll be safe. He'll know what he's talking about. They can throw car development at him and they can get feedback, reliable feedback. I think for a team that's planning on growing, you want two experienced drivers in it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
The more I've kind of listened to like a few of the Beyond the Grid kind of episodes, and the more I've gained an appreciation for like feedback from drivers, because I've heard Alonso had had really, really good feedback, like knows exactly how the car feels and how to explain that to the engineers, stuff like that. And I didn't really think that was like a valuable thing about a driver, but I think it really makes sense. So that's interesting because I was thinking maybe get Nico and then a young guy, but just get two really like solid, experienced drivers that can give you feedback on the car, and that's a good first year, I would say.
Bang. Exactly. On point. Yeah. Hyped.
Yeah.
Good future in that team, which I like.
Yeah. And it's just like a new team. It's exciting. I like Germans. We like Gabe Dang.
We like Gabe Dang.
You
Shout
like
out
Tobias. Tobias.
Let me see if I have anything else in my notes before we get into the huge.
I got something.
Okay, sure.
Checo at Red Bull. We've kind of touched on this. Here's something I kind of didn't think of. Everyone's saying like, is Checo going to keep his seat? You know, all that stuff, which I do think so far based on his season, if they had to decide today, I would say re-sign him. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done a fine job. But do you think Checo would want to move to another team to be the number one driver?
I don't know, dude.
It's an interesting question.
Yeah, it is an interesting
Because
question.
no one talks about that.
One, I don't think he really has the power to do that. Like, unless he's trying to go to a lower end team.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
But when you're in a race winning car, you're in a race winning car, and I think you just suck it up and just go.
Try to win some races.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, Checo had a very fluctuating career, and I think being in a Red Bull this late in your career is pretty crazy.
It's true.
And I want to bounce a question back at you.
Please. I'm a trampoline.
If you were Christian Horner at Red Bull,
okay,
you're looking at your driver lineup right now. You have 2025 next year, then new regulations after that, with an insane driver's market. What are you doing
for 2025?
Just what's your plan?
I would say, first of all, I'm keeping Checo for at least the whole year, because people were saying like, oh, someone might replace Checo like midway.
Yeah, they were saying that last year when he was shit in the bed.
Yeah, and I think it's not a big deal right now. I would say keep Checo. There's no point in like teaching. I don't even know who would really go in. It'd maybe be like a Yuki. I don't think Daniel's
I'm saying you're making the decisions.
Yeah,
in this scenario.
I'm explaining myself.
Okay,
though.
sorry.
I'm saying I don't think there's a lot of like other drivers. Like Daniel hasn't shown himself to deserve that Red Bull seat. So I think I keep Checo for the end of this year. I don't know, dude. It's hard. Like I got to know how he does.
You wouldn't go Carlos
for 2025?
Yeah, if you can get him.
Probably not, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't think. Like, I think Max is good enough where he does, and Red Bull is good enough where they don't need two young, like, hot drivers. You know what I mean? They don't need that kind of clash.
Yeah, but also think about, like, hypothetically, what we're saying, if Max dips out of Red Bull, new regulations, then you want a Carlos Sainz in that seat, I feel like.
Yeah?
Because Checo with like let's say you keep Checo, Max leaves abruptly, you throw in Yuki or Liam Lawson. I don't think Daniel's going to make it.
Yeah.
Your driver lineup's kind of fucked.
Yeah. Okay, here's what I will say. I'll say cut Checo at the end of 2025.
That's what I think is reasonable.
Yeah. And then kind of start clean, new reg. Maybe get a young guy, because we've said this, like Max isn't really a young guy anymore. So, but then it's all about
he's not
does
old,
Max?
Though.
Yeah, but he's not. I don't know. He's been in this sport for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Right? 9?
9. He's like 27, 28.
Yeah. But I would say it all depends if Max stays.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one. And Christian Horner said, there's a quote from him this week saying there's no rush in re-signing Checo right now with a driver market that is this good and this fluctual.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a word.
Fluctuating.
That's fluctuating this much. Like, it's kind of a good word. And I get that. Like, why not? Why would you just settle?
Wow.
I know it's strong. It's something.
I forgot, and I just took a big old sip. It's
It's like why would you settle? Like, yeah, why not just like wait as long as you can? Almost like if Carlos is gonna wait, give Checo till like summer break, see what he's doing. He could just hit a 360, hit a 180. He could hit it 360. He could hit a 360 and keep doing well.
Yeah,
or
that's true.
Or hit a 180 and start underperforming again. So
he could also hit a 720 and keep doing well.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
Keep it going.
Could hit a Tony Hawk for spin. I don't know. Out of my pay range.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Red Bull is going to be fine. I just think there's no point in introducing someone new within these regulations to like be like, wait, how do I use this? Or
and Max wouldn't like that either. He likes the safety of Checo.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's a guaranteed world champion if their car is still good or competitive. So
that's why, bring Carlos in next year. I think that would fuck things up because Carlos could win in that car.
Dude, I mean, be so fun to watch.
I'm down
that'd be
for it.
So fun to watch.
Oh yeah, Carlos.
Yeah. Okay, I have a question for you.
Please.
Name the nichest celebrity you think we're going to see this weekend.
The nichest. Like, okay, I think I know what you mean by nichest.
Maybe like I'll narrow it down a little bit where it's like a Martin Brundle track walk.
Yeah.
Like who would be on the track that Martin Brundle might flop with, or we don't. We know, but like it's kind of niche.
Give me Jojo Siwa.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. That's great.
I was trying to think of an athlete, but then I was like, there's going to be a lot of athletes there.
There's going to be a lot.
I was thinking like
Paolo's going to be there again. You know how he called him Paolo Branchero. Basketball.
Oh, yes.
How he called him Patrick Mahomes.
Yes,
one time.
that's funny. Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, no. They'll probably have another connection. I don't know. We'll get some good content.
There's going to be a good weekend. I fucking hate the water, the fake water.
Oh, yeah. All the
bullshit.
Okay. Maybe we get into the track.
Yeah.
But I want to say this, just a little clout flex. I met Paolo's mom.
Yeah.
At a tailgate.
I heard that.
Pretty sick.
Are your moms friends?
They work together.
Ah, very cool.
It's funny because like I went over to my house and she was watching like the highlights of his playoff game, and she doesn't know basketball at all. Yeah. She's like, Paolo, you got to make that. And like, oh, that was so cool. Like it just like, it's a classic like mom watching a sport she doesn't know.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Trying to make you interested by saying it out loud. So you ask her about it. And then I didn't talk to her about it and left.
Don't give her that satisfaction.
Yep.
I told you this, but I think this is kind of funny for the pod. My mom watched the Formula E race, thinking it was Formula One, which is still kind of cool. You know, it's like good for her.
No, she's trying to connect with it.
Yeah, she's trying to connect. Trying to be a fun mom.
Yeah.
And she's like, and Evans won. And I was like, who?
You mean Mitch Evans?
I don't know. Who's that?
I think he's a Formula E driver. Mitch Evans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a country artist.
It does.
Yeah, but I don't know. He won. And
so she watched the whole race?
Or at least some of it.
Yeah.
And
Formula E fucking sucks. Dude.
I know. And I was like, I don't know. I was thinking to myself, like, wow, you really watched that? And you were like, this is cool?
Oh, she doesn't know. She doesn't know. Yeah. Like, I don't know. But I do want to talk about Formula E.
Oh, great.
I think they're paying YouTubers to cover it.
What?
Okay, so Matt and Tommy, P1 podcast.
Sure.
They like post shorts about them reacting to Formula One races.
Formula E?
Formula E, yeah, sorry. And like, I don't think they would, it's like fake excitement. Like they don't, it seems like they don't really care. And then I saw that they were invited to the Monaco race through Formula E. So I'm like, there definitely has some stuff going on. And then there was another YouTuber that covered it. And I'm like, no one watches this. Like, you don't care about this. Like, you're not posting this thinking this is going to be good for your channel.
Maybe, though.
I think Matt and P1 definitely not. I think they're definitely sponsored.
Yeah. Makes sense. I mean,
because they're a big channel and stuff.
Formula E will probably text us or something.
Yeah, I mean, not like, with me talking. Not with me talking like this. And I think they're just trying to grow it with motorsport fans by just shelling out money to influencers and trying to get them to like react to it and get it out there, which I understand, but I just think if I can see that, it's not great look.
No, that's not a great look. I would say focus more on the racing.
Yeah.
Something like
it
that.
is pretty good racing, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like it's just not.
That's all I hear.
Yeah, it's just this noise fucking sucks, and it's not there for me quite yet. It feels like early UFC days, if that makes sense.
It feels like XFL or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
It just feels like they're trying, but it's not all there. Not a lot of people care. Like even when there's a sick overtake, it's never as cool as Formula One or any other discipline of motorsport. And I think part of that is the tracks are shitty and small just because it's electric power.
True.
And then I think like the drivers, it's hard to get behind them. You don't really know them.
Yeah.
Like there's some classics on the grid.
They're all just boring white guys.
Yeah. Actually not. It's pretty diverse. There's some
okay.
Indian guys and stuff.
My bad.
Actually, I do like qualifying. Qualifying is pretty fun to watch because they go head to head like a tournament bracket to get pole.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, lap after lap, which is
Okay, that's
kinda
pretty cool.
But and then that's back to your point where it's like the XFL where they change the rules to make it more spicy, just to make it more spicy.
Yeah, and then at some point it kind of backfires.
Yeah, where it's just like, oh, that driver deserved it and didn't
Yeah.
get it. So I don't know. It's weird.
We should definitely keep our eye on it, though. It's something to
Yeah.
kind of keep our eye on because it could get good. One thing I do want to get into,
Yeah,
Formula 2. I think we
Yeah.
should watch a lot more
we
Formula
have to.
2.
I think we just watch every race from now on.
Yeah, I agree.
like
But it's only, I think there's one this weekend
okay.
for Miami. But
That's
it's
a lot. That's a
only-
lot of motorsport with the sprint
Yeah,
too.
it's going to be a lot.
I'm down, but
But I think they only probably have like 8 to 10 races.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but something
it's
like
it's
that.
short. It's
Yeah.
very short. It's like half of F1.
Yeah, but I think F2 is sick.
Yeah. Also, I watched IndyCar this
Sure.
past weekend because we know F1 race.
Yeah.
They're racing at Alabama.
I wanted to go to this race.
Yeah, the Alabama IndyCar
Yeah.
race. Dude, it was awesome. Like,
Great.
The racing was insane. Like, there wasn't like 10 minutes without super good wheel to wheel action.
Whoa.
Yeah,
It's kind of insane.
Yeah, and I was looking at it. I don't know, but I think it's the cars are slightly smaller and skinnier, which helps, and they're all spec cars, so they all roughly are the same on pace.
Yeah.
And there's no driver what's that called? Assist, like steering assist.
Yeah.
So it's all muscle. So when
Whoa.
you're like mid corner, you just snap. You feel the snap and like
Yeah.
have to correct with like weight. And then like in F1, it's just like
Yeah.
like easy, like wow.
Less forgiving.
Yeah, and then so it's like it's a lot difficult. Like their onboards look sick. I don't know. I'm a fan.
Okay.
I'm like,
yeah, maybe we'll
it's
get
cool.
into it. A lot of motorsport.
There's a lot of good stuff out there.
Yeah, there's a lot
It's
of good
like
stuff.
it's crazy because you and me both didn't look twice at motorsport growing up, and then
Yeah.
and then I got into it more so than you, then got you kind of into it, and then
Yeah.
it's just a fucking bottomless pit of
Yeah,
you go,
it is.
you go, oh, you start with F1, there's this thing called F2 where it's young drivers and they're close.
Yeah.
Oh, I live in America, there's also IndyCar, NASCAR. Oh, there's GT3 from the game we play.
Yeah.
There's
GT3's
there's
awesome.
there's endurance racing at Le Mans.
Yeah.
There's
and then you get into like dirt stuff. You get like rally. And you're like, wait, rally's sick.
you get like the Aussie series of like the trucks going off jumps.
yeah,
It's-
or
it's-
whatever senior Carlos
Yeah.
Sainz Senior does. It's like
yeah.
endurance something. right?
Yeah, Dakar.
Yeah, shit like that, and you're like, holy shit, like
Yeah.
that's a thing.
It's crazy.
Yeah, and then there's like ovals are sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know a lot about oval. What would you call it? Strategy.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't watch a NASCAR race and be like, that's gonna happen and that's gonna happen. But
But I don't think anyone does.
really,
I think it's so close that no one really understands, and they like bump into each other and stuff.
but then you just pit when you need to.
Well, yeah, you pit for fuel and tires like any other.
Yeah, I don't
thing.
understand that.
Oh, okay,
aspect,
that's what you're
though.
saying. I
I
thought you
don't
were saying like
understand.
the racing part of it.
No, I get the racing, but I don't understand like if this guy's gonna pit, is everyone else gonna pit? Or
Yeah.
are half the guys gonna pit? You know, I
Yeah,
don't
because
get
we got
that.
F1 kind of down. Like you kind of know what's
Yeah.
going on, and you can see when Aston Martin just screws the pooch. But we don't need to get into that.
PTSD. I'm getting PTSD from that.
Also, I think from iRacing, I have a greater appreciation for ovals.
Yeah, ovals
Like,
are fun.
I
dude.
see it and I'm like, he did that in real life, going 200 miles per hour. Like, oh, it's crazy. But yeah, it's a rabbit hole.
It is a rabbit
And
hole.
it's fun.
And then you get into like karting.
Yeah. And then Indy 500 is this month. We got to watch that.
May?
Month
Yeah,
of May.
May.
Yeah. So they have the road course
We should go.
and then the actual event. We should go next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in school,
I'm
so
an
I
open
can't go
book.
this year. But we should
Dean's in school.
we should get drunk and watch that. I'm sure
Yeah.
Gabe would come and
Gabe's into that kind of thing.
yeah.
When is it?
I think it's
is it
like
Memorial Day?
late May, like May 20 something.
If it's Memorial Day, we could go.
I don't know, dude. It's too late. I do
Yeah.
have my Alaska Sky Miles.
No, I was thinking we drive.
No,
Just take 8-hour
Dude,
shifts.
I'm in
I'm
like,
a big driver.
I'm in Capstone right now. Like,
Yeah, it's
my
due
final
Tuesday.
project. No, it's not. That's the
Oh.
biggest part of it.
What?
And then you put it all together and then you present. So I'm not done
Okay.
till like end of May.
Okay. I do think we got to go to some races. I got a hybrid.
Yeah.
We just take me, you, Gabe. get
IndyCar
Cam
Portland.
going,
IndyCar
Nick.
Portland is a good realistic one.
Formula E.
IndyCar would be better.
Oh, okay. So there's two.
Yeah.
Both. Okay, yeah. I have a list. Let me pull up my list. Let
Okay.
me pull.
I'm gonna
These are,
piss. I'm gonna piss.
Please. I can get into my grocery store notes. Actually, I'll wait. I'll wait to get into my grocery store notes. Here's my Google Docs. Really fun stuff. Oh my gosh. Guys, this beer is just crazy. Really good stuff. Okay. A few of them have already passed.
I just want to give some context. We do live in Seattle, sexiest city in the U.S.
Best city in the world. Maybe?
Yep. Nope. But maybe for us. 'cause
Yeah,
we're
I
from
think
here.
it's great.
But so it's hard to drive to places because we're in the absolute corner.
Yeah, that's good context. So I had Japan in here. That was April 5th.
Yeah, that's aggressive.
I had April 5th California GT3. That would have been doable. That's
Yeah.
just some take some shifts, get there in a day.
GT3.
I had
really fun to
China.
watch.
May 3rd Florida GT3. That's
Yeah,
in a few
that's
days.
deep.
We're not making
that's
that.
deep.
May 17th Austin GT3.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Definitely can't.
That's pretty far. Yeah. God, you gotta graduate. Dude.
Okay, I'm graduating June 15th,
Okay.
or I'm completely done with school by then.
Okay.
So what's after that?
After that, I have June 28th Portland FE.
Okay, Formula E. I don't want to go.
Okay.
We're going to
What?
IndyCar.
Really?
I want to go to IndyCar.
Portland. I
want-
assume it's like near that.
What? I think they race at the same place.
Yeah. Or I assume the timing might be close. I don't know. Maybe not. That might be completely wrong.
Do you not have IndyCar in there?
No. I only have
dude.
Formula E, F1, and GT3.
Okay.
And then I have July 19th Hungary F1. I can't do that.
You can? Why?
No. I'm working. And then I'm doing the Asia trip.
Yeah, this guy didn't take the summer off.
Okay. And then I got
We could have gone to Europe and seen all the
Virginia.
races. Virginia what?
GT3, July 19th. Just drive to just drive to Virginia?
We're flying to Virginia.
No, dude.
Virginia's so far away. That's East
Yeah.
Coast. That's East Coast.
It is pretty East Coast. That's true. Okay, yeah, true.
And like-
Wisconsin, August 16th. GT3.
Yeah.
That's a drive.
That's drivable.
That's drivable.
Not great, but
that's 8. I do 8. You do 8. Gabe does 8. We get Nick or Cam to come.
they do 8.
They do 8.
We don't
We're
sleep.
there.
Oh, I don't trust most of those people to drive a night shift.
Yeah, it's true. I trust you and Gabe.
Yeah. I trust me and Gabe. Maybe you during the
No.
day. You during the
Yeah,
day.
no.
You get tired.
I do get tired. Remember coming back from a call? I drove like an hour.
Yeah, and you're like, I can't. And that was during the day.
Yeah.
And we're just like,
Oh, I was just like tired. I don't know why.
yeah, I'm tired too when I drive, but you just do it.
I'm a pussy. Okay, then we'll be in. I got.
we
Austin
should
on
wrap
here.
this up. We should wrap this
True.
up.
Okay.
They don't care.
They don't care. All right.
We are going to Austin though.
Yeah, we are
Austin
going to
F1.
Austin. We're 1 for 12, guys.
Okay. Should we get into the good olds?
Yeah, let's get into the good old.
I didn't make any predictions on my notes like I usually do.
Yeah, me
so
neither.
I'm off the dome.
Let's go off the dome, man.
Okay.
I'm off the dome. Do we need to review it all?
We all got Max Verstappen right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
A couple races last weekend, 2 weekends ago. Fantasy came back a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't do too great. Aiden did decent.
Betting, I did horrible.
Yeah.
I went down like another $5.
I got $1.50 something.
Yeah, I got a revised strategy though, so stay tuned.
Yeah, I'm almost there, guys.
Yeah,
I'm almost
You're
there.
fighting, dude.
Yeah, it's been tough. I'm almost there.
Okay, should we just go to podium predictions?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to
Let me
do
think about
sprint winner,
Fuck.
pole for normal
Sprint
qualifying.
pole though.
No, I don't think we do sprint pole. Do you want to?
No, I don't really care.
And then
This is dangerous, man.
I would
feeling-
I do a sprint pole.
All right, why not?
Okay, sprint pole. I got Charles Leclerc.
Wow. Sprint pole. I think it's gonna be good weather. I'm gonna go Maxi.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sprint winner.
Let me go. We'll swap.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
that's fair. Sprint winner. Let me go. Give me Checo.
Okay. I'm gonna go Max. I'm gonna go Max.
You what, dude?
It's gonna be a Charles Poole Max win. Classic. Normal qualifying.
Normal qualifying. Give me Max.
Normal qualifying. Give me Checo.
Whoa. Okay. All right. And then we'll go three spot. Hit me. I haven't thought about this at all.
Third place, Lando Norris.
Whoa. Okay. Back-to-back podiums. Was that just kind of a gut thing?
Just vibes.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
And then
I'm going to go probably a Ferrari driver. I'm going to go Carlos Sainz. Hasn't been on the podium in a race, right? Something like that. Give me Carlos, P3.
Cool. Give me Charles Leclerc second.
Okay. Give me Lando Norris, back-to-back P2s.
Damn.
These are bold.
Stealing from me.
Did you go Lando?
I went Lando third.
Oh.
Yeah.
No. It's not stealing at all.
Yeah, it was up there.
I'm probably wrong, dude.
First place, Checo Perez.
Whoa. Aiden's back.
He's gonna win. He hasn't won. He hasn't got close to winning all year. Max, who knows what's gonna happen to Max? But something.
Yeah. I mean, we haven't talked about the track or anything like
Like
that.
the track it's got walls, dude.
Yeah, that's
it's got
kinda what I'm
walls.
thinking.
Okay. So you heard me pick Checo in qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
Could Max have a little spin into the wall?
Oh.
Checo gets pole, wins the race. Max is battling through the field on the way back. Doesn't get there.
You don't think he's getting there?
He's not getting there, apparently.
I think he's getting there.
He's crashing into Fernando Alonso.
That'd be fucked.
They're going to race hard.
That'd be sad.
Yeah, it would be sad. But I don't know, just throwing.
I've heard
Shit the
McLaren
wall.
got upgrades.
Really?
That's what I heard.
Actually?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great for me.
Yeah.
Because I have Carlos not in the podium and not in my bets. Like I just didn't bet on him. So
Carlos. What does he have to do with it? Just
Charles got upgrades and he didn't?
McLaren. I said McLaren.
I thought you said Charles got upgrades.
No, I swear I said McLaren.
Okay,
I got it recorded.
It's either I'm really dumb or you messed up.
Maybe I fucked up.
I heard Charles
Charles
McLaren.
got upgrades.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
No, I think McLaren got upgrades. Upgrades.
Yeah. So you're slurring, dude.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
fucked.
fucked.
You're fucked.
No, I mean, we'll pull it up. Remember it, whatever time we're at. Yeah, I think McLaren got upgrades. Oh my God, I said updates again.
Yeah, I'm not trusting you.
I think it's because it's updates,
It's upgrades.
No, I mean, I'm thinking like update your phone.
Yeah. Screenager. All right. Who's your number one?
Max. I got Max winning.
Okay, classic.
Yeah.
So boring. This guy. This guy. You know the
playing
Kimi
the field.
Räikkönen? The Kimi Räikkönen?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
The award ceremony? Yeah.
He's hammered.
Yeah. I miss that guy.
Yeah, he's coming back. Don't worry.
I don't think so.
That'd be insane.
He goes to Ferrari.
Yeah. Betting?
Fantasy.
Fuck, dude. My for all the listeners, my fantasy app like logged me out or something, so I just had my same team as last week, which is not good because I wanted to change it. So I'm pretty upset.
All right. Well, my fantasy.
Yeah, it's fucked.
I made some changes that absolutely shocked me that I can't believe I wasn't doing earlier. So I switched Logan Sargent for Valtteri Bottas,
Okay.
which was Valtteri was cheaper,
Yeah.
which kind of makes sense because Williams has the better car, but I think Valtteri could be good this race. He's a more reliable driver.
Debatable. Actually,
I think, yeah, I don't
don't
think
know,
it's very
dude.
debatable.
they both have negative points.
Yeah, but it's only up from here. And then I also switched K-Mag for Nico Hulkenberg, which was cheaper.
What are you doing? I noticed that.
Which I was like,
I
what?
noticed that.
I was like, what? And then, so from those two trades, I was at like 0.2, and now I'm at 2 million that I could still spend, but I didn't want to do a third to get negative points. So next race,
Okay.
I'm going to look into spending that 2 mil somewhere. And then I got Checo ×2, which goes with my Max flopping this weekend.
Yeah.
And then I got Fernando, Albon, Aston Martin, and Red Bull. That's my teams.
And you have a better team than last week because you got Nico and Valtteri.
Yeah.
Those are both better drivers than.
Than what I had.
Yeah. Okay.
So pretty hyped about that.
Yeah. Do you want to read my team? 'Cause I
Yeah,
can't
I'll
access
give it to you.
Pretty
you can
fucking
read it.
annoyed actually. Because I wanted to change. I wanted to do a Red Bull play.
Yeah. If F1 Fantasy's listening, hit me up in our email and I'll tell you how to fix your app because it's
Yeah.
absolutely horrible.
Horrible app. Okay. Yeah, this is not what I want. I got Max ×2, pretty standard. Yuki Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz, K-Meg, and Nico. Jeez, not really what I was looking for. And then I got RB, aka V-Carb, and then Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's just like so mid.
Yeah, very mid.
I need Red Bull in there. I mean, I'll show you what I was going for. No, I won't show you. Next week, you'll see what I was going for.
Okay, yeah.
Let me try one more time, just getting into the app.
While you're doing that, I can do betting if you want. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. No one cares about our fantasy anyways.
I care.
I know you do. Okay. First bet. Okay, my strategy.
Yeah, let's hear, because I want to hear you're down $18, $18.65.
So this is a good representation of my strategy. I bet $10 for a potential win of $13.
Okay.
So
You bet $10? Oh, I thought
just
you meant
in general,
I thought you meant
across all my bets.
Okay.
So I'm like averaging plus 100
Probably
as my
lower.
bets. No, because I'm betting 10 to win 13. So it's
Wouldn't it be minus then?
no, because plus 100 is double your money. Oh,
Yeah, it would be a lot lower. It'd be like minus stuff. You'd be averaging like minus something.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
All right.
Okay, first bet. I have Charles Leclerc over Carlos Sainz. Just gut feeling. Bet $2 minus 20 on that. I
Minus
have
120.
Yeah. And then I have Pierre Gasly beating Esteban Ocon.
Oh,
Just a little sneaky, just kind of
I like that.
50-50 in there.
I like that.
Esteban had the upgrades last weekend. Pierre's getting them this weekend. So they're on even terms, and Pierre almost beat him last weekend. So, I'm feeling good about Pierre.
I think that's going to be a sneaky pair to look out for in the coming season.
Yeah. And then I have George Russell beating Oscar Piastri. Because Oscar hasn't really had the race pace. This is a tricky track to get race pace right in because Sector 3 is just a clunky mess. So I was feeling good about that. I don't think Mercedes is going to be necessarily good, but I feel like Oscar might dip down into, I don't know, the low points. And then I have Fernando Alonso beating Lewis Hamilton. That's just pure vibes. I don't know.
I like that.
Lewis doesn't have that fighting spirit in him right now. Fernando's got that dog in him like usual. Just felt good.
Yeah, I think I did that last week and it did well.
Yeah.
And that's kind of done well consistently.
Well, yeah, because Lewis got out in Q1.
Yeah,
last.
and he's just like not that good in Mercedes.
I mean, he was good in the sprint. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
He got third.
Started first. Or no. Started
second. Yeah.
I don't know.
Max beat him, like, obviously, but I feel like it's fine.
That's true. He held his ground.
Yeah. After that, I have Lando Norris sprint race top 3 finisher. It's not the race, just sprint race, just a casual.
I like the sprint race
just
vibes.
So casual. Plus 125 on that, bet $1. And then I have, just because McLaren's feeling good, and I know I was shitting on Oscar a second ago, I have both McLaren's top 6, which I feel like isn't that risky. That's a plus $100 to win $1, easy money.
Yeah.
And then, you know me, had to throw in one in there. Max Verstappen versus the field, pick the field. And that's plus 400 and $1 to win $4.
I like that.
So just casual.
That's good for you, man.
Thanks, dude. I feel like I went through rehab. And I'm a new bettor now.
Was that hard for you?
Yeah, it was hard for me, but
that's good.
Clearly, this isn't working. So
No, something's not working.
So it's time to pull a switcheroo.
Something's not working for all of us, though, because I'm not doing too hot. Okay. I got Checo beating Lando, minus 260. 260 to win $1.
Very safe.
Yeah, that's extremely safe. It's, hopefully that does well. Then I had the Fernando beating Lewis bet, minus 110, exactly what you did. And then I have, this is kind of random, Esteban Ocon beating Valtteri Bottas, plus 145.
Yeah, who knows?
We'll see what happens. Then I have Carlos Sainz beating Charles. So we're on opposite sides of the spectrum there.
Interesting.
Yeah. Little head-to-head there.
It's going to go one way or another.
We'll see what happens there. And that's like a 50-50 pretty much. Then I got Pierre Gasly beating Esteban Ocon.
Yup.
Same vibes.
Yup.
That'll be fun.
That's interesting that you have Pierre beating Esteban, but Esteban beating Valtteri.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad, but interesting.
And then I got Carlos Sainz beating Lando Norris.
Okay.
That should be okay, but I don't know. McLaren could have a race. We really don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. I didn't think about it too much going into it. It's kind of a weird track.
Yeah.
It's like I could see Ferrari being really good. I could see McLaren being good, but also not. Like
That's
like
how I feel.
This track is just like, it's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Which is good for a racetrack, but it's a shitty racetrack, and who knows?
Yeah, you kind of look at it and you're like, that's not a good looking racetrack.
Oh no, it's horrible. But yeah, it's just, I feel like Miami has so much potential to host a good street track, and why would you pick around Hard Rock Stadium?
Yeah.
Like in a parking lot. That's what you're doing next to it.
It's not even I guess, is it technically a street circuit?
Yeah, I think
But it's still
technically it is.
it's still a like a circuit.
Yeah.
It's a speedway.
It's weird. And it's like, yeah, I mean, there's walls on a lot of it. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's strange.
Clunky, big cars. It's going to be a shitty race, but we'll be here for it. And we'll do a little debrief on Sunday.
I also have Nico beating Albon
Okay.
minus 170.
That's very safe, yeah.
Yeah. But not that safe. Should happen, though.
It should happen.
But yeah, I just kind of went with a bunch of different bets.
I don't think Williams is going to be a very good year.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a weird one.
It's definitely...
I'm just not excited for it, which tells you something.
I don't know if it's a history aspect where there's not like a lot of history behind it, or it just might just be like a shit track. I think Sector 2 is cool. I mentioned that to you.
Yeah.
You got kind of like the S part.
Yeah.
But then like Sector 3 and 1 are just boring as shit.
So dumb. Yeah, you just lose all momentum into the first part of Sector 3 where it's like goes under the highway and it's like wow, like very clunky chicanes. It's like, I don't know, these cars just aren't meant to do that. They're too heavy and big. So I don't know. It's like I said, one to watch and throw in the bin and onto the next.
The bin.
Yeah, I'm getting too much F1 content.
Yeah.
If I'm saying the bin, that's not good. But
Looking forward to...
we have Imola next.
Yeah.
And then back to back with Monaco. Monaco's not great.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Monaco's not great, but it's fun.
Still Monaco.
It's pretty.
Yeah. It's historical at least.
Yeah.
You get fun quali.
Maybe we'll get
I'll
rain
probably
again. Rain was
Bet
fun.
a shit ton on quali.
Yeah, honestly, that's a good move. I'll probably do the same. Rain was fun last year.
Yeah.
Was that last year? I don't know. That's
Where Ocon got podium.
yeah. It might have been dry. Was that 2 years ago that was wet?
I think it
I
was...
don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. It
Who
doesn't
knows?
matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah. I think
Oh,
that's
I got
it.
one thing to mention.
Sure.
So I'm at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I'm looking for half a dozen eggs.
Not there?
Not there.
Me too.
What?
What grocery store do you go to?
UFC?
Yeah, I went to Trader Joe's. There's no eggs.
Like half dozen?
Yeah, I ate a tuna sandwich this morning because I couldn't buy eggs at the grocery store.
Wait,
yesterday.
are you saying like there were no eggs at all?
Yeah, no eggs at all.
I was trying to just get the 6
Oh, why would you just get the 6?
because I was gonna get 6, and then my mom was like, "I'm going to Costco. I'm gonna get a bunch of eggs."
Oh,
But I just wanted some for like the morning.
I didn't even know they made 6.
What, dude? Yeah, but they don't.
I buy
guess.
2 dozen every time I go. So
This guy, high cholesterol.
yeah, they actually said that at the doctor. I'm like,
Really,
yeah.
dude?
I'm like,
yeah. Don't you eat like 5 a day?
I eat 4 in the morning every day. Yeah.
I've been going 5.
I'm young. It doesn't matter, dude. It's just protein. Protein, bah.
All right, fuck. Don't get me started, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just thought that was really annoying. No half dozen?
Who gives a fuck? Who buys half dozen?
Me. I just
Fucking
wanted
pussy.
6.
Stay skinny, bitch. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
God damn.
Thank you for
It's a hot
tuning
one.
in. Fun podcast.
Yeah, good up.
Beer got me going.
Yeah, man, this stuff's...
I had 2 beers and I'm fucking drunk, but
Yeah, well, yeah.
cool. You got anything
All
to
right.
say?
No.
Leave a comment.
Yeah, we got to tell them to comment earlier.
Yeah. Hope everyone's doing well and is loving themselves and enjoying
Loving themselves.
this part
Oh,
of your
God.
life and enjoying this part of your life. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.